The storm had been building for hours as I crossed the Mackinac Bridge into Michigan's Upper Peninsula. The sky was a swirling mass of dark clouds, and the wind slammed against my truck, making the wheel feel slippery under my hands. My daughter, wide-eyed and tense, sat beside me as sheets of rain hammered the windshield, turning the world outside into a blurry nightmare. The wipers couldn't keep up. Visibility was almost non-existent. It felt like the storm was swallowing everything. Then, as we crested a hill, something appeared in the road. Something impossible. My heart skipped a beat as I slammed on the brakes, the truck sliding before finally coming to a stop. Through the rain, we both saw it. A man standing motionless in the middle of the road, backlit by flashes of lightning. "Mom, what's he doing?" My daughter's voice was shaky, full of unease. Before I could answer, the figure moved. But not like a person. He twisted unnaturally, then, in the blink of an eye, vanished. Where he had been, there was now a massive black dog, its fur soaked and clinging to its bones, stretched over a skeletal frame. I gasped, my fingers tightening on the steering wheel. How could we have mistaken a dog for a man? It wasn't just the storm. Something felt wrong. Deeply wrong. I pulled to the side of the road, watching as another truck slowed and stopped across from us. As a dog groomer, I always carried slip leads, and my instinct was to help, but the gut feeling gnawing at me told me to stay inside. Something primal, something dark, told me no. My daughter's fingers dug into my arm. I barely noticed. My eyes were fixed on the creature in the road. It wasn't just any dog. It was a hulking, nightmarish thing. Its body long and thin in an unnatural way, too large to be real. Its gaze shifted between me and the other man, and my spine prickled with terror. The man across the road yelled out, "That your dog?" "No," I returned, my voice lost in the storm. The creature didn't move, just stared, like it was deciding. The chant in my head was frantic now. "Don't pick me. Don't pick me." The man clapped his hands. "Here, boy." For a split second, I saw it. Something in the dog's eyes. It wasn't a dog. It was too human, too aware. Then, without hesitation, it turned and sprinted towards him. I didn't wait to see what happened next. As soon as the creature was moving toward the man, I slammed the truck into gear. My heart was racing, hands slick with fear. I tore away from the scene, my eyes glued to the road. "Mom," my daughter's voice barely whispered, "that wasn't just a dog." I didn't reply. My chest was still tight with panic. If I had been alone, I might have chalked it up to exhaustion, to the storm, or hell, even to my imagination. But my daughter had seen it too. The man who wasn't a man. The dog that wasn't a dog. We never spoke of it again. But every time I drive that road now, I grip the wheel tighter, my eyes darting to the shadows just beyond the headlights. And I pray I never see it again. Before we dive into the second story, I just want to take a moment to say, if you are not subscribed yet and want to support the channel, hitting the subscribe button would mean a lot. And if you're already a part of the community, a like and a comment would go a long way in helping the channel grow. Now, without further ado, let's get into story number 2. The woods across the street had always been different. Dense, ancient, and sprawling. In the daylight, they almost looked beautiful. Sunlight dappled the forest floor, and the smell of damp earth hung thick in the air. But there was something off about them, something I couldn't shake. I had spent my entire life around forests. I knew the sounds, the smells, the way the wind whispered through the trees. But these woods, they were silent. The birds that filled the air around my house were absent here. No rustling leaves, no insects buzzing, just an eerie stillness that made my skin crawl. But I couldn't stay away. I walked there nearly every day, deeper into the trees until I reached my spot. A flat clearing surrounded by 4 gnarled trees, looking down over a steep drop-off. It was my place to think, to escape, until one day, something changed. There, bolted into the bark of each tree, were 4 metal signs, rusted, ancient, their words long eaten away over time. They hadn't been there before. Not yesterday. Not the day before that. Someone had placed them here recently. And they knew exactly where I always stopped. A chill crawled up my spine as I realized they knew me. I couldn't go back. But the real nightmare hadn't begun yet. A few nights later, long past midnight, I stood in the kitchen with my girlfriend. The world outside was pitch black. Then the screaming started. At first it sounded close. Too close. Like someone was outside our door, wailing in agony. We rushed to the porch, flipping on the light, hearts pounding, but there was nothing. No one. No shadows moving in the night, just emptiness. Then it came again from the woods. Not just one scream, a chorus of them, layered, overlapping, howling in tortured unison, human, but not. The pitch was wrong, the voices twisted, stretching in ways that shouldn't be possible, scratching at the edges of insanity. It wasn't just a cry, it was suffering. I tried to make sense of it. Foxes, bobcats, something natural maybe. But no, I'd heard those sounds before. This was something else. Frozen, we stood on the porch, unable to tear our eyes away from the darkness. The wind didn't stir. The night held its breath, and the trees stood silent, watching, waiting. I never stepped into those woods again. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like. It really helps support the channel. Have you experienced something similar, or do you want to share your own story? Drop a comment below, and if you're interested, I may narrate it in a future video. If you're not subscribed yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss another upload. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, take care.